Hey, you're watching Your Plates Are Mine, the cooking show where you don't have to be a professional chef to be a star in your own kitchen. I'm your host, David Miller, and we bring you the best recipes from cooks just like you and I. So what do you say? Spend a little time with us, and we're going to show you how to make a fantastic recipe that you're going to want to share with your family and friends. Welcome to another episode of Your Plates Are Mine. Back by popular demand, grill master and charcoal snob Paul Holzschuh is here. He's going to show us how to make natural lump charcoal in the backyard using common materials, and he's going to show us how to cook an entire chicken in under 30 minutes using a brick. Paul, thanks so much for coming back.
Thanks for having me back.
Great. So, what are we making?
We are going to make charcoal, first and foremost. We've got some great cherry, Tennessee cherry.
Beautiful.
Hardwood. We've got it in some chunks. We've got it in this container. What we're going to do is end up putting this container inside this one. We're going to invert this one inside this burn barrel. We're going to pack it with all this tinder and kindling and stuff like that. So we're going to burn a fire on the outside. Going to cap it with this lid, put this stack on top, and basically just bake this wood here to make charcoal.
Right.
It'll be about a couple hours, and what we're looking to do is burn off the impurities and all the bad stuff in here.
In the wood.
To have natural lump charcoal.
And just be left with charcoal.
That's right.
A little bit on materials. It's not expensive. Had to replace a water heater, so I took the tank out of a water heater, cut the top off of it, and then just welded over the two holes in the bottom. So this is kind of airtight, except for there's no lid. And then this is just a 55-gallon drum. I got a clean one. Knock some holes in the bottom for air. Then we have the lid that goes on top, and just cut some holes so we can set a chimney stack on. So I think I have $20 invested in this whole thing.
That's typical.
So if it's something you're interested in doing, you can do it really inexpensively. So basically what we have here is the kind of airtight can. We packed it with beautiful cherry wood and a little bit of white oak. And this is going to become our charcoal.
What you want to do when you're doing this, if you mix hardwoods, which you can, not a big problem at all, don't do softwoods. Pine is not a good source for this at all.
No, it's very resinous, and it'll kind of make your stuff taste a little bit like turpentine.
Yeah.
Which kind of the whole point of doing this is that you don't have your food tasting like fuel.
Yes.
So now that we got this somewhat airtight can, we're going to leave the lid off. But we're going to put the 55-gallon drum over the top, so this will actually sort of seal sitting down on the bottom.
Correct.
Ready to make a mess?
Ready to make a mess.
Okay, let me get rid of that. Let's pick that sucker up. And over we go. Okay, and then tip it this way.
Yes, sir. Ready? Look at there, no mess, no spill.
And the reason we did that is so all the wood didn't just fall out of that one can and make a big mess.
The other thing about this, the way this is set up, this is not a tight containment. What will happen is as this wood cooks, the off gases will come out, escape out the bottom, and further fuel the fire.
So it's almost like a natural gas source. It blows that stuff out and it catches fire and helps to heat the inner tank even more.
Exactly.
You never want to put an airtight container in here and start a fire around it, because that goes boom.
Not good.
Yeah. And
no charcoal.
Then the neighbors and the police and everybody come over to see what's wrong with you. So, all right. Next step is going to be to fill it with kindling.
What we're going to do is we're going to work with larger stuff towards the bottom and work up with smaller stuff, build the fire on top. Believe it or not, what will happen is the fire will burn on top, and as it burns, it'll burn down in this case, and light up the stuff on the bottom.
So, top to bottom.
At this point, we've kind of packed in around the outer barrel. As you can see, we still see the inner barrel here. We've just been shoving in thicker and working our way thinner around here.
Yeah, one of the advantages of putting the stick straight up and down is that air can come up and down through there. If you pack them in sideways and block all that off, it'll still burn, but it's going to smoke a lot more. This way you can draft, pull air through the cuts in the bottom of the barrel, suck it up through that chimney, and it burns real clean that way. So you get less pollution and you get cleaner charcoal. Very carefully made, just by hacking this thing with an axe, and then I took a crowbar and pried them open to get them open a little bit more.
Okay, what we've got here, we've packed our barrel, we've got kindling on top, put a few pieces of newspaper in here. This stuff is pretty dry and pretty small, but the newspaper is going to work as a little guarantee for us. What will happen is we're going to light this, it's going to get going, we've got a lid we'll put on, and eventually put the stack on top of that. The stack is as long as it is because it'll help draw, work all the heat and the air through this, and it'll really supercharge the heat in this barrel and cook our charcoal, get all the impurities out of it.
Awesome, well let's light her up.
All right, sounds good.
You see you're going the pure route and using a match.
Oh yeah, strike anywhere. Let me get some of this newspaper going here. And there's match one. Now as this starts...
Can I help?
Sure. We got a good fire going. We're going to put the lid on it, put the stack on. Nice shot.
Woo, got some flames coming out of the side. A lot of smoke when you first start it.
Put that stack on there. There you go, look at there.
Get a good draft going.
Shift that barrel over a little bit, Dave. Or the
lid.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
There you have it.
So essentially what's going on here, air's coming in through the bottom, it's going up through here.
Feeding the fire.
And we got smoke rolling out the top.
Smoke rolling out the top.
And it will smoke like this for about 15-20 minutes. And then by that time the fire is going to burn its way down and this will start burning clear after a while.
Yeah, the hotter it gets, the clearer it burns. See how it's starting to blow clear? It's a little smoky and now it's starting to roar.
Can you hear the roar?
The heat. Let me get the microphone, sorry about the noise. Can you hear that roaring? This is really burning hot. It's sucking air out of the bottom, burning up, and look how clean that's starting to burn. It'll get even cleaner. You won't even really be able to see any smoke here in a few minutes.
Ever tell you this is a great thing to do in January?
Yeah, I think you're right. January's a good idea. Marshmallow?
Why not?
All right, we want to get our brick chicken started, and we need some charcoal. Now the charcoal that we just burned this morning is through burning, but it's still really hot, so we got to let it cool down before we can use it. So we're going to use some charcoal that I did a test fire of yesterday. And to give you an idea what natural lump charcoal looks like, I mean, that's a chunk of a tree. That's a piece of firewood, little stick coming out. It just shows you that it looks a lot different than what you buy in the store, doesn't it?
No little form briquette.
No form briquette. A lot of those briquettes, they'll use artificial petroleum products, wax and stuff to form it, to, starches and stuff to put it together so it makes those neat little lumps, which you taste in your food. So, yes. All natural. What are we going to use here?
This is a charcoal chimney, Dave. Charcoal is going to go in the top here. A couple sheets of newspaper in the bottom. Light a match, and then it just burns up. Takes about 15 minutes. You'll have hot coals. No lighter fluid needed. Just clean, natural charcoal.
So yeah, so you don't get that diesel fuel taste in your food.
Just the good stuff.
So just throw this in there, and we'll get rolling.
Throw it in there.
All right. Yeah. Let's dump a little in there.
Yeah, you'll help me wad some of that up. You know, your little torch from this morning, I don't think is going to work on this one. We're going to go with the old...
Think you can get the match to go?
Yeah, we're going to go with the old match here this morning.
Excellent.
Look at that, it's going already.
Now, a little tip. This is the name brand charcoal chimney. I bought the cheap one. It works, but this one has more air holes in it, so it starts about 10 minutes faster. You can get your charcoal going in, like you said, 10, 15 minutes. The cheapy ones take 20, 25 minutes.
And with this design, believe it or not, these handles stay cool.
Yeah, so it saves you from burning your hands. So today we're making brick chicken?
Brick chicken.
And we're cooking chicken using a brick?
A brick.
You got to be kidding me.
Nope, dead on.
All right, show me how we do it.
All right, we're going to essentially use the bricks to weigh the chicken down on the grill.
Okay.
So by weighing the chicken down, it's going to help cook it, bring the heat in, keep that moisture soaked in, and then by the time you take that heat off, all the juices come back in. It truly is one of the juicier chickens I've had.
Really?
Even juicier than a rotisserie chicken I've found.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I got to see this.
Couple different ways you can do it. You can use a paver from a home improvement store. There's a paver right there.
So that's just like a little walkway paver.
Walkway paver. It's a 12 by 12. You can get it at one of those home improvement stores. Not very expensive at all. I wrap them in aluminum foil.
Okay, I was going to ask you, how do you keep the dirt and the grit off your
Just
food?
wrap it in aluminum foil.
Wrap it in foil. Okay.
You can use 2 bricks in a pan. These 2 will fit right there perfectly.
Just put it in a cake pan and plop the cake pan on top?
On top of the chicken.
All right.
So what I've got here is a pre-prepared Tennessee flat rock, wrapped in aluminum foil.
It's always good to use local stuff when you're cooking.
What was that park we went to, Rock Island?
Rock Island?
Yeah, I got one of the rangers met me trying to find a special perfect rock that time.
Got you looting the rock pile.
Yeah, she was very nice, but it was a hard one to explain.
She allowed you to use it as long as you put it back?
Yes, I had to explain what brick chicken was with a Tennessee flat rock.
Okay. So what's the first thing we need?
First thing we need, we've got a whole chicken right here.
Whole chicken.
And what I'm going to do is use a poultry shears.
Now this has been washed and you pat it dry.
And all the gizzards and guzzards and stuff like that taken out of the inside. And I'm going to take him off the plate. Flip him with the back side up.
Back side up.
So you're looking at his little tailbone here. And we're just going to go down the whole back and cut the entire back out.
Don't go away. We'll be right back to finish this great recipe.
On your plates or mine. Stay right there.